morning! I hope everyone is having a good morning. Welcome on in. I apologize. I'm still searching for a couple things, to be honest. There's still one or two things I cannot spot, which I need for today. So if you can hear rustling, it is me. 20, good morning. I hope you're doing well. It's good timing? Heck yeah. I always aim to be on time, although I am often early and late. Oh, where is it? I know kind of where I put them, but it's just like a little hidden. Isn't it there? That would explain why. No, definitely not. Ah! Too much stuff. Okay. But if I can't find it, is there anything else I could use instead? Like maybe one of these? No, probably not that. Oh god, now the leather is everywhere. Oh dear. Okay, guys. Okay, if you could just stop falling down for 2 seconds while I organize you all. Okay, you can go over that. I don't need that right now. And then... Okay, it's not perfect, but at least it's not falling down anymore. Whew, I'm exhausted already. Kev, good morning. I hope you're doing well. Welcome on in. And Crafty, my perfect time. Wait, good time for you too. Oh, you're sewing for your sewing. Oh, nice. Good job. Heckin' good job. And Cthulhu, good morning. Oh, I'm very puffed out now. Chucky, good morning as well. Good day. Just what? Oh, evening for you. Got you. Hello. Welcome on in. Oh, God, I don't like that. But okay, sorry. There you go. Good morning, anime as well. I hope you're doing good. Please ignore the general mess behind me once again. I will sort it out. I haven't yet though. And B, good morning. I hope the Apex. Oh, have I unmuted? I have. Okay. I hope the Apex season is treating you well. I am a ball of confusion this morning because my schedule has been thrown off. I was expecting some stuff today and it didn't happen, and now I'm like, so please excuse me and my ramblings and kind of being a bit all over the place. I'm not this. I have black felt and I was like, I had it to one side so that I could use it. I've also got something in my eye. I think it's probably fur. If I had to guess, it's probably fur. I put it to one side so that I could use it, and I can't find it now. Which I guess this is the problem. You put something in a safe place and then it's just gone. I put it in a safe place and now I have lost it. Next week it's gonna be busy for me. It's big con! Yes, it is very much con season, to be fair. Con season has started. I know there were 2 at least really big conventions that happened this weekend, because obviously I follow a lot of cosplayers, so like a lot of people are posting convention pictures and all that kind of stuff. In the UK it was MCM London. I think it was it MomoCon as well? I think there was another one as well after that. But yeah, lots of cons happening the same weekend. Again, I imagine every weekend for a while there'll be like quite a few cons. One thing I do have to one side, safety, and my mask. My mask from the other day, because I don't want to breathe in the dust or the particles that come off the fur, because my nose just bleeds very easily. Like breathing in like plastic particles tends to do it, so I'm gonna be very safe today. I might get them in my eyes, unfortunately. I think I've had something in my eye, I think, all morning. There's a part of me that's like, maybe I don't have something in my eye. Maybe it's something scratched my eye. So it feels like there's something there. 2 seconds, I'll hide it because I don't want you to have to look at the inside of my eye. But like, it just feels like there's something there. The other thing is we mowed the lawn yesterday, so it could actually be like hay fever from mowing the lawn, but normally I find my eyes get itchy rather than like, Oh, George, good morning. I hope you're doing good. Welcome on in. Do you need a box drawer that's labeled safe space? Honestly, that's not a bad idea. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've just put it somewhere. The thing is, I could, oh my God. Excuse me 2 seconds. I'm gonna hide again. What a morning. I feel like the universe might be slightly conspiring against me today. Ow. I don't even know what I just breathed in, but it hurt. Oh, we have Armageddon and Auckland. Ooh, lovely. Thing is, the tea would really help if the tea was not boilingly hot. and just gonna scold my throat. I do have water, but it's not doing anything. Ah. Oh dear. Listen, if of all the days, it will be fur day. I should preface this, by the way. If anyone's not worked with fur before, it's a nightmare. It's a nightmare material. Like, it's a pain in the ass. The reason is if you don't cut fur really close to the base, and honestly, even if you do, it sheds and it gets everywhere. And I'm using a very much, it's a fake fur, which means that it sticks to everything, and you will find fur in your house for months, potentially years after you've worked with it one time. We were only just when we left the house, when we moved out of last house, we found pumpkaboo fur from years before because it just sticks to everything. Fur is glitter. Yeah, fur is glitter. So if you've never worked with fur before, the reason I've been a bit hesitant and hold off on it until like a lot of other things done is because I know the mess that it's going to make. And I know that it's going to get on my everything. And I know that I need to like get things out of the way so that it doesn't attach to those, like covering your machines and stuff like that, because you don't want fur to get into your PC. But like it will. I don't know how, but it will. This dude here, good morning. I hope you're doing well. Welcome, welcome. And George, you're chilling before dinner? Nice. Very nice. It's not, I have not worked with fur yet, but I did work with a heavy fabric and it was a mess. Ooh. Vlees? Oh, I don't know what Vlees is. How's the cosplay going? Really well. So I was quite productive yesterday after stream, and I ended up painting the pieces that we made gold and attaching them. So now we have all of these little like gold doodahs on it, which I'm pretty pleased with, honestly. For my first time doing foam for several years, I'm pretty happy with that. Oh. Ah. Oh, fleece. Ah, yes, I know fleece. Oh, dear. It looks good, thank you. It's getting there. And I do have the skirt, but because the skirt, I think that was I did a full try on yesterday, and I was trying to take selfies. Turns out it's pretty difficult to take selfies in a costume where you're blindfolded. You know, in hindsight, that makes a lot of sense. But at the time, I was like, I can do this. I can take selfies of this costume. I couldn't take, they're all blurry. Every single one of them is blurry. Or I'm not in the picture because I've like tried to pose and then I've had to pull my blindfold down and then it's moved my hand and it's like, great, it's like this side of my face. Wonderful. So I tried really hard. It just wasn't happening. I don't think this is going to be a good cosplay for taking selfies in, that's for sure. Because I just can't see. But I did do a full try on so that at the very least I knew how everything was working together. I think the only thing that I ended up changing was I took in the skirt a little bit. The skirt, I probably measured my waist when I was a bit bloated because yesterday when I did it I wasn't, and I found that it was like not falling down, but it was kind of like up the front down at the back kind of thing. So I was like, I'll just tighten that a little bit, and now it's much better. So it was a little thing, just take it in a little bit. I love the skirt. It is a bit heavy, but I really like it. It's just a shame because I can't get it in any pictures. I might have to move my mannequin to the other room just so I can get like a full body picture of it at some point because the skirt adds so much. But what we want to do today is actually get the fur around the neck done. So you see that black thing that's around her neck? That's like a fur feather boa. The way that I'm planning to do this is by making lots of individual fur tufts. So the way that you do that is to cut out a shape, glue them back to back, and then you can like paint them. So for me, I actually have a very, very dark gray, not black. Where is it? It's behind me. So it's like this, dark gray, not black, with the intention that I will paint it black from the base so that I have some light gray at the end, just because I don't feel like it's so realistic to have just pure black fur. And if I did, I already actually have pure black fur, but I was like, no, that's not a realistic animal pelt. Animal pelt is not like that, especially, it tends to have some variant in it. So I figured gray at the end, and then I could color it black. So yes, that's the plan. But I need to cut it into the pieces first, and then we're gonna lay them on something flat. Exactly, frosted tips, that's what I want. I was looking at this costume, I was like, you know, this costume's missing frosted tips. So I want to add them with the fur. But the only thing is, because the fur fibers, when you cut them, they can create really small particles. I'm gonna be wearing a mask for most of this stream. This is not something that like I would say that you don't need to normally wear a mask when working with fur. It's me in particular, because any dust makes my nose bleed. So we've already had issues with just the white fabric causing my nose to bleed on stream. So I'm gonna be taking some safety precautions. If people are wondering why I'm wearing a mask, I am wearing it because I don't want to have a nosebleed. Yes, I think some people are just more sensitive to stuff than others. And like, I'll live, but I'd also rather, like, if I have a nosebleed, I have to end stream because it makes me very lightheaded. And it's like, I can't, that's not good. I would like to be with it when I am here. So yes, we will. It won't kill me, but it would mean I'd have to end stream. So let's just take that out of the equation and breathe for a mask. Better safe than sorry, exactly. Easier to use the black and then take a paintbrush with bleach. Oh, okay. But then if you bleach it, it becomes orange. Like, I could be wrong, but I'm 99% it doesn't do it to a light grey. When you add bleach to a black fabric, it tends to make it like a weird orangish colour. But I could be wrong. I mean, things might have changed. I have not bleached fabric in a long time. And if you've looked, it's already... I just, as I'm like gargling, like filling my mask up with blood. Goodbye everyone, and end stream. Ah, dear. Now, I've done a couple tests and I actually really like how it looks. I've already done some test pieces. You're getting ahead of me. I've already done some test pieces, and the piece that I liked the most was this piece, which is where it's darker at the base to a light grey at the end. And the way that you achieve this is by soaking it, like getting it wet, putting black in it, and then just letting it down. Nice and easy, and it's good because it's like, obviously I have a lot of these to do, and I'm on a very tight deadline for this costume. I ideally would like to have the sewing done in 2 days, so I'm on deadline central here. So yes, I have done some tests. That was the one that I liked the most, and yeah, so that's how we're going to be doing it today. Ah, dear. Delicious. Now I can actually drink my tea so my throat feels a bit better. My god. Alright. Speaking of, would you like to make some shapes? Would you like to get in here and make some shapes? I'm sure I put some... Yeah. I was gonna say, I'm sure I put some paper to one side yesterday. And I did. Here, it's a bit foldy, but don't worry. It's fine. I want it folded anyway. Probably... this way? I mean, eventually, I don't think it will get much bigger than this. Yeah, good luck. Thank you. I'm sure that we will. It's whatever level of done it will be the level I take photos in. And the competition does allow editing. So if like something looks a little bit rushed, I can probably edit it out just for the competition. Oh dear. There we go. Oh. That's very kind of you. It's your first time here, are you sure? Thank you for the 100 bits. That's very sweet. Thank you. You don't have to do that. We are a free stream. Very, very free. I mean, as is, I guess, every stream on Twitch, technically. Yeah, we're nothing special there. Alright. I want to then hold that next to that. Is that what I want? What I want? Yeah, that's what I want. So that I can have them next to each other. Because I think I want 4 in a row. Oh, I raided you before. Oh, okay. Heck yeah. Sorry, it said you were a first-time chatter, so I was like, Please don't feel like... Wait, no, you didn't send me bits because I raided you, did you? I hope not. Obviously, it's very, very kind of you. But we raid for funsies. We raid for funsies. You don't... I hope it was not for that. Oh dear. I mean, you're an adult. You make your own decisions, but I don't want anyone to feel like they have to also hear this. This is good because then I can have it as like a 1 and a 2 because I'll want to stagger them. So I'll want to do like 1, 2, 1, 2. So I can use this one to make all of mine. And they're not too long. I was going to originally make them a bit longer, but then I realized the fur would add length. So I think about that length is good. We'll need to draw this on the back of... I guess it's fine. Okay, we'll need to draw, sorry, I'm getting very distracted. We'll need to draw this on the back of the fur, cut them out really, really close to the base, and then go from there. Oh dear. All right, I am gonna take the fur out of its bag now. The bag has my address on it, so I'm being a little careful. And move this up. I do have a Sharpie I could use, but I think Biro is going to do just fine. I mean, I don't really care if it shows on the front because we'll be washing it underwater and then letting paint drip into it, so like, doesn't really bother me. The nice thing about using paint as well is you can style it. Otherwise, you can use hairspray later, but like, it kind of cuts out an extra ingredient by using paint because it kind of solidifies parts of the hair together so that you can style it into a point as long as you do it as it's drying. We're very lucky in this particular process. We actually have quite, like, this is the only thing that I really use fur for, and I've done it a lot over the years. It is not my tutorial. It's actually a tutorial by another very, very talented cosplayer called Ludus Cosplay. If you want to see the full tutorial, you can see it on their Instagram. They actually, I think, reposted it relatively recently. But yeah, not my tutorial, but one that I followed many, 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 many times. And it creates like really good like anime points in the fur. I think Ludus has also used it for wigs, which is pretty cool. I haven't had like any reason to use it for wigs, so I haven't done that, but I would like one day. I imagine like making a fur wig would be kind of satisfying. Okay, that's good. All right, we're gonna need to make a lot of these though. Actually, would it maybe be beneficial to cut the piece first? Or to just start making these? You know what, actually no, I'm gonna stick to my guns here. I think starting these is a good call. The only thing is, the fur kind of goes this way and I've drawn it that way. Can it go that way? I think it can. Yeah. Oh god, here it goes. Here we start already. The fur is leaving. God, it is what it is. I am aware of the sacrifice I have made for this house to do this. Also, smaller scissors would be better. I would like to say I'm using these scissors because someone has taken my short pair of scissors. I'm going to assume it was one of the builders because they have used quite a bit of my equipment, but I think they might have accidentally taken them home with them. They all, can I say as well, sorry, speaking of things that the builders have accidentally taken and had to bring back, obviously they bring a lot of stuff with them and then they have to pack it up before they go, right? They accidentally took our bath mats once, like, because they were putting like a lot of stuff in the bathroom to like dry and like, or just to air and keep it out of the rest of the house. My mask, thank you. Good call. Yeah, they were putting stuff in the bathroom, and so when they scooped it all up at the end of the day, they took our bath mats. And so when they'd left, we went to the bathroom, we were like, wait a minute, where are our bath mats gone? And they came back again, obviously, because we have a lot of work to do in this house. They came back, and we were like, by the way, have you seen our bath mats? And they were like, oh, let us go check the van. We'll go have a little look. And yeah, it was literally underneath the pile of equipment. It was just our bath mats. Oh, they were very apologetic, and it was obviously like they didn't want our bath mats. It was a complete accident. But yeah, we didn't have bath mats for like a whole week. Because we were just so confused. We were like, have we misplaced our bath mats? What's going on? So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if my scissors might be in the back of the van by accident or something. Oh dear. But the thing is, at least with bath mats, they're like a relatively good size, so I don't feel too bad asking them to go check. With my scissors, they're really small, so yeah, I'm like, I could ask them, but I'll just probably get some new scissors at some point. Oh dear. Matrix, good morning. I hope you're doing well. Welcome on in. Oh dear. There we go. Wow. We are doing, as you can see, working with the glitter of fabrics, as Cthulhu very poetically put it earlier. Fur. It is a nightmare fabric. This is why I always say, like, respect people that make fursuits. They're always kind of a bit of a butt of the joke on like social media, and at least as a cosplayer, I've never really understood why. Because as far as working with fur goes, they only work with difficult fabrics. They work with like furs, they work with, most of their fabrics have piles, which means like there is a thickness to it, which means it can molt. Yeah, nah, not for me, I work with it when I physically have to, and I have avoided cosplays in the past because I knew that they'd need a lot of fur and I didn't want to deal with that hassle. They have stronger brains than me. I can't manage it. Like, I have put this off until the last thing that needs to be sewn on this costume because I know what fur's like and I hate it and it gets everywhere. Again, the best thing you can do is try and cut really, really close to the back because it prevents you from snipping through the fur by accident. And again, normally using much smaller scissors is better. I just don't know where my scissors are, so yeah. But the nice thing about it is when you pull it away, it leaves a lot of fur there still for us to like trim so that we can create really nice tufts. Yes. Oh dear, boop, Atlantic. Welcome on in, nice boop. I hope you're doing good. Welcome, welcome. Oh dear, it's fur, fur is a mess. I hate cutting that stuff at work. Yeah, fur is, it is glitter. It is glitter in disguise. It is a pain in the ass. It's also a very expensive working material. Like even for like cheaper, this is a very cheap fur because I figured, well, I'm going to be painting it and doing all this other stuff to it. Like I don't want a nice fur, but this is cheap stuff. Most of the stuff that like proper fur suits are made out of is not cheap. It is not cheap. I mean, there is a benefit to paying for nice fur, like it'll be softer, they'll be closer together, you'll find less gaps. There are a lot of positives to working with like a better quality fur. I can't do it. Oh dear. Too expensive and the fabric's a pain and I'd rather just avoid working with fur altogether, to be honest. Even though it looks good. There you go. Okay. So we have lots of fur still around the edge of this. Lots of stuff. We'll need to brush it down, but lots of extra fur still on here. And that means we can fold it over and glue those together. And eventually we'll have like a tuft of two. Like that. You're starting to see it, but I think I wouldn't want it thicker than this because that is about the width of my shoulder. So I think if I go thicker than this, it will be too much. Especially, yeah. So we'll do some of these in twos and then some of them in ones, and yeah. We'll go like that. So I have a lot to cut out, to be honest. Where should I put them once I've cut them out? I guess I could just pile them on the other desk, couldn't I? God, can you see it? Can you see the fibers that are starting to come off it? Can you see all of this? Ah, grim. Okay, let's draw quite a few then. If we're confident, if we're happy with the shape and the size, we can just draw a lot. I want to draw them in the same direction though, that's the only thing. So that all the fur goes in the same direction. Fur and minky, yeah, minky, that was the one. I was trying to think of that word earlier. Minky, yeah, I used minky before I used fur, to be honest. Because I was like, I'm nervous and fur's expensive, and then I realized that minky was also a pain. I was like, great. I thought I had avoided the pain in the ass fabric, but it turns out I just discovered another pain in the ass fabric. Oh dear. Don't get me wrong, I love Minky Soft. It's great. It's great for plushies and it is lovely, but God, it is messy. Alright. Get those close to each other. And there we go. And down there. We will end up, by the way, glue gunning these together. I don't normally use a glue gun in cosplay. It's not my favorite thing to use, but for this in particular, glue gun's really good. So we'll be glue gunning it together. Oh, of course, yeah, if you cut it for other people. I've never... So the place where I buy fur from normally, they have it in pre-cuts. So you buy like a meter by a meter. So they don't cut it for you there. And I think the reason they do that is specifically because of the mess. But yeah, like if I go and buy it at the market, which unfortunately this one wasn't, I think, from the market. But yeah, if I go buy it from like a market, they have them all pre-cut so that they don't cut it there. They cut any other fabric, but they don't cut fur. You buy it as like 1 meter by 1 meter. And that's it. And if you want more, then you buy another 1 meter by 1 meter. I mean, it's not a perfect system. It often means you end up maybe with more than you bargained for, or less than you bargained for in some cases. But it does mean there isn't like the fur mess everywhere. Oh dear. Yeah, that must be very frustrating. You have to clean that up every time. Alright, I am gonna snip these out. And because I'm realizing I don't have the desk space I'd like to have. Minimum of 10. Oh god, do people actually like? Don't get me wrong. There are plenty of reasons that I would ask for 10 centimeters of fabric. Like if I'm making like some tape or something like that, maybe. But like, do people ask for that for fur? I don't know. It just seems like for fur, at least, that's a very small amount. I could imagine using that for other fabrics. They're very shallow cuts. I mean, even with these shallow cuts, I will still probably be going for it a little bit. I do my best, but it's not going to be perfect. Especially not with these big scissors. And all the way up. There we go. Okay, pull that away. I am still happy to see there's some fluff coming around the side. I'm doing my best, but yeah, on 60-inch. Do people often for fur? Like other things, again, I can imagine it, but for fur, do people actually? Because I just don't know what I'd do with 10 centimeters of fur, you know. Like half a meter, I feel like would be useful sometimes, but like especially for costumes because they don't use as much, but. I don't know. Oh dear. Lexi, welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. We are working with fur today. I'm masked up because my nose is very, very sensitive to dust and it tends to just have a nosebleed. When I'm working with fabric, it creates a lot of small particles. So excuse me while I mask up for this. I don't accidentally breathe it in. I don't think you need to do that when working with fur even. It's just me personally. Because yes, delicate nose feels like having a nosebleed at the blink of an eye. Has literally already had one nose. I've already had one nosebleed and nearly fainted separately during this cosplay. The fabric from this cosplay has been royally kicking my ass. So yes, we're being a little safe right now and just making sure that we don't have to stream early. Or end stream early, I suppose. What? Fur. Better be safe for like exactly. That's the what we're going with is I look a little silly. I don't want anyone to feel like they have to do this when working with fur. It's just me personally is going to do this. Yes. Oh, I hope you've had a good week, Lexi, and you, Matrix. I hope you both had really good weeks. Oh, dear. We've had a very speedy week and a very productive week, I would say. It's been very hot, which I do normally struggle to be as productive when the weather gets warmer, so I'm pretty pleased with myself. I think this week, despite it being quite warm, I've done a pretty good job at still getting the stuff done that I want to get done. If anything, the hot weather has made me have to leave this room a bit more. So like I've done other things other than just do stuff in this room. So maybe it's been a good thing because it's forced me to like mow the lawn and, you know, do stuff around the house, which, yeah. It's a shame because I would actually like to tidy this room up at some point, but this one's the one that gets really hot, so I can't imagine that happening anytime soon. There we go. Nice. What? There we go. So that's what one tuft looks like. Once it will be like, I will probably trim the end a bit, but eventually one tuft will look like that. But we'll darken it and stuff. But yeah, our one little tuft. One small tuft. Very anime. There we go. I should have, before stream, got the link to the tutorial so that if anyone was interested, they could go check out the creator that made the tutorial. Because again, I am very much copying someone else's tutorial. This is not mine. Cannot claim. Oh, you walk a dog? Have a lovely walk. I hope the weather stays good for you. I think I found the label for why my Why my legs keep giving out multiple times a day. Oh, really? I think you just said you have done, and I normally hibernate when it's hot. Oh, God. Yeah, hot weather is not for me either. I am not a hot weather bean. I like the cold. My body doesn't like the cold, but I like the cold. One small tuft for man, one giant tuft for cosplay. Heck yeah. Oh dear. Honestly though, I think this will be like a relatively quick process. I at least want to get all the fur glued today. That's kind of the goal. Get all the fur glued, because then we can spend tomorrow painting and attaching it, or I could paint it and we can attach it tomorrow, whichever way it goes. Yes. I want to get it stuck today. Oh dear. My week's been alright. I've had a dry cough for a while now, so oh no! That's not fun. Is it like a hay fever thing? I know that there's been like pretty high pollen levels recently, and I always get a cough when it's hay fever season. But obviously everyone's a bit different, and some people only seem to get hay fever in different times of the year. Like the autumn hay fever havers. Isn't that like a spore though? I think if you get it in the autumn, it's the spore you're allergic to. At least in the UK. I don't know what it is outside the UK, but I think in the UK it's like a moldy thing. Yeah. Now we can like start to layer it, so that'll be like there, and there'll be like different tufts. My music is getting really loud. What is happening? Whoa. Whoa. Very loud. Heck. There we go. Sorry about that. I think it's okay now. Oh dear, I had hay fever for the first time in my life, and I thought I was dying yesterday. It's pretty bad. Hay fever sucks. Oh dear, Ren, welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. You've joined us on a fur day, where we have had to mask up because of the dust, and also we're making a big mess because I can't find my little scissors that would be much better for cutting fur than these massive ones. But it's okay, we're getting there. Could be. My girlfriend's Ruby tested positive for COVID, and I was, maybe, okay. Yeah, and a dry cough is very COVID-esque, isn't it? Yeah, well, make sure you look after yourself, you know, so that you don't get worse and stuff. Wow. I use razor blades, nice. That is more skill than I have, but fair. Oh dear, I have one big pair of scissors that I use for basically everything, and it's definitely not how it should be. That is how it's ended up. If I did used to have a smaller pair of scissors that were really good for this, I just don't know where they are. Also, oh my god, the biro on my thumb is disgusting. I can see it. Look at that. I'm getting covered in biro. Heck yeah. I think we've still got a good amount of fluff at the top, right? Yeah. Although some of it's... Blah, 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 blah. Get that off there. Get that off there. Well, like about Friday afternoon, I said 12 hours. Oh god, and the x-ray said it's not broken. Oh, I'm glad that it's at the very least not broken. Hopefully, you know, even though it hurts now, hopefully with it not being broken, it will heal a bit quicker, whatever's happened. Because I'm assuming breaks and fractures probably take the longest to get better. Oh dear. I will take lots of extra vitamins. Good. Good on you. Yeah, I know most people don't get it. It's difficult. It's one of those things, I think, when you've had a really bad experience with someone, you assume everyone else is having the same experience, whereas like it's not necessarily the case. Because I've had COVID 3 times, and the first 2 times I was fine. I streamed through it, I was okay. The last time I was bedbound for a month and I was nearly hospitalized, and I then got long COVID from it, so I've like had that symptom since of like I can't talk without getting out of breath. And so it was like such a dramatic shift, and now every time someone says, oh yeah, I've got COVID, I'm like, are you okay? Are you fine? Are you safe? Do you need to go to hospital? Because that was my last experience with it. When in reality, most people are still okay. Like, they just feel a bit rough for a while. I still think it's, you know, another thing, better to be safe than sorry though. Make sure that you look after yourself so that you don't get worse. Oh dear. Thank you for the egg smash. Welcome on in, Scott. I hope you're doing good. Welcome, welcome. We are working with fur today. We're doing some fur work. But only for the feather boa kind of fur thing that goes around the neck. So mainly we're just making lots of tufts. Oh dear. It's a ligament pulled my toe. toe pain. It's always a pain, like hands and feet injuries are a massive pain in the ass because, yeah, you use them so much. Oh dear. Oh no, that sounds bad. I forgot long COVID as well, but I think the most part it's gone now, and that was 1.5 years ago. Yeah, I've been lucky, unlucky, because I have pre-existing conditions. We've always been a little concerned that COVID might be worse for me. I went to the doctors, I think it would have been like right a month after I tested negative, so like right when they can do it. And I've had some people I've chatted to, and they've just kind of been like, yeah, you know, if you've got lung damage, it takes a while to heal. Best thing you can do is try not to get any respiratory illnesses in the meantime while you're healing, and it will just take a while. And there's like just not a lot you can do about it. It's like, great. Love that. Oh dear. The first thing they offered me was antidepressants because they were like, listen, we can't fix the long COVID. The best we can do is try and make you feel better about it. And I was like, I'm okay. I'm okay. Nothing against it, but antidepressants and me don't have a very happy history, so I don't tend to go for it. But yeah, and then the other thing they offered me, I won't say, but it was a lot stronger. a lot stronger. But yeah, not gonna tell you, don't ask. Oh dear. Buffalo, good morning. I hope you're doing well. I had COVID, I was completely dead, but fine after 72 hours. Yeah, like everyone's so different. I've had 2 experiences where I had barely any symptoms and I was like super good. And then I had the one in the winter, which a lot of you were here for, where I got bronchitis straight afterwards. But the COVID itself was really bad too. And it was like such a different experience from the other 2 times. And like, again, 3 times, 2 I was fine, 1 I nearly died. You just don't know. You never know. Ah, dear, you're alright. Good, I'm glad. My experience of COVID was weird. Everyone I know felt crap after the boosters and I was fine. Then I got COVID and it was really, really bad cold. And then I got COVID in the ambulance to school because I was screaming in pain. Yeah, it's like you just don't know. Obviously, I hope you're feeling better now. I'm assuming you are because you've been doing things. But yeah, you just don't know. Like, you could be fine. You could be awful. It's very weird. Ah, dear. So yeah, better to stay safe. And if you do think you have it, just make sure you look after yourself really, really good. And maybe let some friends know so that if you need anything delivered to the house, if you feel too ill and you need people to help you out, people are on call. Oh dear, I never want COVID again. I have been warned against COVID again. They're like, listen, don't get it while you're recovering. And it's like, great. Yeah, that's definitely how it works. By saying that I won't get it, it means that I just won't get it. Oh dear. I'm trying not to get it again, to be honest. But like, honestly, what do you want me to do? Oh dear. Connie Lotto, good morning. I hope you're doing well. Welcome on in. Welcome, welcome. We're all trying to make sure that Lexi's okay and that they're not going to get sicker. Oh dear. Over here and I'm all good. Thankfully I was perfectly fine after a week. Yeah, I'm not surprised that I ended up getting long COVID, to be honest, with how it was going, because I was also really ill for about a month, like straight. Like, I think I got ill. Did I test positive? I tested positive the day before Christmas Eve. So Christmas Eve was when I tested positive. And I tested negative after a few days. I've always tested negative really quickly, but I still had like a lot of symptoms. If anything, I think I was worse. And then about a week after I had COVID, I started to feel better. And I was like, oh, it's going away. I'm doing well. And I did a couple of Pokemon streams. They were only like an hour or so long, but I did it. And I could say hi and I could wish everyone a Merry Christmas. And it was good. And then I was off for 3 weeks straight because I was so ill I couldn't talk. And I was coughing until I threw up constantly. And I literally couldn't breathe to talk to people because I would run out of breath and like start collapsing. It was so bad. We had Shiny's family over a lot at that time in case they needed to rush me to the emergency ward because I was so ill. And like, I have not been that ill, I think, not in a very long time. And like, yeah, but the time I had COVID before, I wouldn't have known if I hadn't done a test. Because I literally didn't have a single symptom when I tested positive. It was only after I tested positive that I had a bit of a dry throat for a couple days, and I tested negative after 3 days. So, you really don't know. Nobody knows. It's crazy. Ah, dear. I've been sick a lot and I've taken a lot of tests but never had COVID, which is kind of funny considering everyone I know has it now. It does seem to go like that though, doesn't it? Like it goes in cycles. Like nobody has it, everybody has it. But lucky I haven't had COVID yet as far as I know, and I really hope it stays that way. Yeah, I mean, the thing is as well, even if you get it relatively mildly, it still sucks to be ill. I don't think anyone likes being ill, right? I think we can all collectively get together and be like, I don't like having a blocked nose or a cough or headaches or throat pain. I don't like that. I don't like throwing up. I don't like having to live next to a toilet for a week. These are things I don't enjoy. Now cosplay, this is fun. I love this. Shitting myself for a week, not my favorite. Don't like that. Oh dear. Any recommendations for sewing fleece? Bind up the string in the sewing machine. The sewing machine bit me last time I worked in it. Oh, okay. So you can sew fleece on a sewing machine. I'm going to take this down while I'm not cutting it. You can, but you'll want a slightly stronger machine. So if you've got like a very much... So basically, fleeces would be counting as like a heavyweight fabric just because of the thickness of it. So if your machine says it can't sew heavyweight fabrics, it's just the machine isn't strong enough. If it can, it should be able to. You just need to be careful. I would say add like an extra stitch width. So like make sure that it's not a really tight stitch because obviously it's going through thickness. You want to add extra width. Otherwise, hand stitching is a good option. I know it takes a lot longer, but if you're having a lot of problems and the sewing machine is like eating your fabric, hand stitching is always an option. I hand stitch a lot of things like that. Just because I don't want the risk, even though I've got a very strong machine, I don't want the risk of losing the fabric. But yeah. Ah, Decoya, welcome on in. I hope you're doing good. Welcome, welcome. What are we making? We're making fur tufts to go on the boa. I can actually switch screens so you can see them. So you see the black thing around her neck? That's like a fur feather boa style thing. So we're making at the moment individual tufts or little groups of tufts so that we can then make them into like anime style fluff tufts. And then, oh, hello, yes, I am here. Anime style fluff tufts. And then, yeah, sew them around something that goes around the neck. So I can just be like, there you go. That's what we're making. Ooh, ah, dear. Woke up to having some breakfast. Delicious. Delicious breakfast. I see a mask. Is it for a fur or are you sick? I'm not sick. I have a very, very weak nose. And so if dust gets up it or like little plastic particles like from fur, I have a nosebleed. I've already had one nosebleed working on this costume. And we're just playing it safe basically. Because obviously everyone's a bit different, but whenever I have a nosebleed, I feel really ill afterwards and like really tired. So I don't want to have it doing stream because it means I need to end stream. So yes, to avoid having a nosebleed, I am having a mask on when I'm cutting it. Yes. Many people I know had COVID and one of them has severe long COVID. I don't know how he's doing now. The last thing I know is he could barely get up and no one can really help him. It's awful. Long COVID sucks. I'm a milder case, but I get puffed out talking to you. And like, there is nothing I can do about it. No amount of exercise, practice, stuff like that. Like, I will continue to get tired from just talking until my lungs heal. And it's like, ah. And that could apparently take years. And I'm like, great. You know, it's not like I stream every day. As a streamer, this is a bad thing. Oh, dear. Oh, Jelly, what up? You bring me, what is news? What is hacking news? Fluff terms. Very technical. Fluff tufts. I mean, that is exactly what we are making, is fluff tufts. Lots of tufts for fluff. I was going to get that good of a point. The doctor said that there is a chance to go home today. Yay! Oh my god, I hope so for you. I want you to be able to sleep in your own bed and eat your own food. And yeah, freedom. I hope that you have your freedom. Oh my god. Heck yeah. Yay for fluff tufts, nay for nosebleeds. Yeah. I'm very, that's why we moved to this room in the first place. Because there was lots of building equipment going, where I originally was streaming, there was lots of building equipment like going through it, and because of that I was having nosebleeds just sitting down. Like there was nothing I could do. I'd like sit at my desk and just bleed, And so we moved me in here, and it's been a lot better since I've been in here, thankfully. But obviously, if I work with a really dusty fabric, it can still happen. Or I don't even want to say a dusty fabric, it's just a fabric that creates dust when you cut it. Like, they create little particles. That gets to me. So yeah, for the most part, you don't need to wear a mask when you work with fur. Like, I don't want to say, like, that's why. It's just me. It's just me and my weak nose that needs a mask. And honestly, if I wasn't streaming, I might not wear it. I might just be like, YOLO, don't fancy it. But because I'm streaming, because I want to stream, like, the whole thing, it's like, yeah, I'll just be careful. It'll only be while I'm cutting it out anyway. It's like this bit is the worst part. We can then brush it out, get all of the extra bits out, put those in the bin, and then I can take the mask off. But until then, I'm gonna play it safe. Really safe. Freedom! Yeah, I really hope you have freedom soon. Oh dear. There we go. Oh. What temperature is right now? You know, I had a thing pop up on my computer yesterday and I nearly had a little panic until I re-looked at it. Because it said, record-breaking temperatures coming soon. And I was like, no, it's already warm. I don't want record-breaking temperatures coming soon. That's not the headline I want to see. But it turns out it's record-breaking low temperatures for the time of year. They're saying, like, it hasn't been this cold this time of year for many, many years. So we're actually having a very, very cold time with some cold days coming up. And I was like, oh my god, thank you. This is a blessing. Such a blessing. Oh dear, yeah, I had a little panic initially because I was like, oh no, not a heat wave, not a heat wave. I don't want to do that. Ah, oh, totally fair, yeah. Like off stream, I'm happy to be a little bit more risky. But on stream, no. Also because you're not allowed to bleed on stream. And while I don't think they'd be too harsh, because obviously you can't help having a nosebleed, I would still rather play it safe and try not to get myself banned, you know? Oh dear. We do our very best to not get banned on Twitch. I don't think my mods would be very impressed if they came back and they were like, how did Jelly, in like the 2 minutes we weren't here, get banned on Twitch? Oh dear. Oh, actually, I do have something that I'd like to announce. I want to finish the promotional art for it, but I do want to talk about it a little bit because we have something really, really exciting happening in just less than a month on this channel. And I haven't really been able to hype it up so far. So would you give me a minute of your time to hype something up really quickly? Basically, this is the reason why I've been saying that I need to get this finished by the last week of June. Because in the last week of June, we're taking part of a really big charity campaign on Twitch called the VTuber Summer Slam. I got recognized as a VTuber. People were like, this Jelly lady, she's a VTuber sometimes. And I got recognized as a VTuber and they asked, like, would you take part in a charity event which raises money for kids who spend the summer holidays in hospital? And I was like, that is so up our alley because we already do the Starlight Foundation. So it's like, it's just another group that do a very similar thing with different kids. And they do it over the summer and it's like, yes, and it's a VTuber event. We got recognized as a VTuber. Crazy. But yeah, so we're going to be doing that. We're doing 3 days. I would have done the full 5 days, but the second half of that week, I have a feeling that we are having quite a lot of very loud building work happening. So I was like, I better not plan for stuff on those days. But yeah, we are doing VTuber Summer Slam. And I've got some giveaways planned that I'm quite excited about. But the main one, if we hit the goal, the target, the overall target, I would love to be able to do like a raffle in chat and give somebody a fully rigged like art chibi model. I've been making them for people before. I've got quite a few now done. There's quite a few who need to debut still, so like I can't talk about who they are, but I have been doing commissions behind the scenes now for a minute. And yeah, it'd be nice to give someone a new one so that maybe they could take part in the charity event the year after if they wanted. Because it is an event just for VTubers. And I would say, more a VTuber maker than a VTuber myself. Obviously, I do have spans of time where I use only a VTuber if I'm having health issues. But yeah, for the most part, I'm very much a half and half. But I would just say I do more of the rigging. But for everyone, I thought it'd be really nice to make some assets. I don't know how many people in the channel actually are VTubers because we are more of a craft-centric group than a VTuber-centric group. But I thought it'd be nice to make some assets and like give those away and make some free ones. And what I want to do for the event is make some community models. So community models are ones that anyone can pick up. So we're gonna make like little toy-themed community models because it's for a kids charity, right? So we're gonna make some like teddy bears and stuff like that that will technically be fully rigged VTuber models that you can use. Yeah, that's the plan. That's what we're gonna be doing. That way, if people want a VTuber but they don't want the hassle of, you know, commissioning a full one, they can have just a cute plushie one. And they won't be personalized, it won't be for just you, it'll be like, you know, anyone could have it because it's a community model. So, you know, I think it'd be nice. I think that'd be nice. So the plan is, oh, also because it's Pride Month, the plan is to design plushies around the Pride flags. Oh my god, that's a lot of P's. Plushies around the Pride flags. So basically to do like maybe like a whale shark plushie, but do it in the bi flag colors, you know? Stuff like that, just so that there's like a reference to the fact that it is happening during Pride Month. But yeah, it would just be the color scheme. Plus it gives them a really cute like vibe, I think. Yeah, I'm happy. Like, it wouldn't have to be like so in your face that like, oh, if I'm not that particular identity, I couldn't use it. But I thought it'd be like a nice design convention would be to use the Pride flags to create some little plushie VTubers. And because they are relatively simple, I should be able to make them pretty quickly, so we can probably do the whole thing of making the whole thing in a stream. So I'm aiming to have 3 done, and we'll do a proper poll at some point, so that yeah, if people have like specific animals they want to see as plushies and specific flags, we can have like little polls of what color schemes we want to do. I think the only one that I'm like 100% on is there needs to be at least 1 full rainbow. So it's like, I guess there are technically 2 other flags I'd happily do, but like, because one of them's got to be the full everything rainbow. Oh dear, you gotta have at least 1. Oh dear, so I need to up for these streams. Oh my god, I'm so excited. They're gonna be so fun. Yeah, I had somebody from the team reach out to me like, you do VTuber stuff and you like children's charities. Are you curious about this? And I was like, you caught me. Yes, I am. You got me. Sorry, I do like those things. I think that one would be a frog. A frog's a cute idea. Like a little frog plushie. Ooh, I like that. I like a little frog. What I like sea animals, so I'm like very, very biased towards like fish. Frog. I'm very, very biased towards fish. The only, I guess, thing is that technically they need to be able to have like a mouth. So like if it's a creature with a very with a very small or difficult to find mouth, and same with the eyes, like they can have more than 2 eyes or less than 2 eyes, but they need eyes and a mouth. That's kind of like the parameter, just so that you have something that can actually track your face. Otherwise, yeah, it's there's not really any point in having a VTuber if it doesn't track that. Really? Oh dear. I was asking again, I think VTubing is the way forward. It's a really good option for like not showing your face but still being able to like visually communicate with people. I think that's the thing that a lot of people miss. Is like, for me personally, I like seeing people with either a face cam or a VTuber or something like that, because I like talking to people's face. It's the reason I don't like messaging people online, because I can't see the emotion that they're giving. It's a good way of conveying that, which is not for everyone. A lot of people are like, I just need a tone of voice, and I can tell. But for me, I kind of need a face. I need a face and a tone of voice. A tone of voice is better than nothing, but yeah, for me, I need that, from, you know, to feel more comfortable. And, you know, there's nothing against people that don't show it, as there are lots of people I follow that don't show any face, like Vile, for instance, one of our mods. I love Vile streams, but I do think generally I gravitate towards streams that have some sort of face. Yeah, personally. I just think it's a fun way of communicating with people while staying anonymous. I love frogs. Frogs are good. Probably no snails. Yeah, I think snails would be a little difficult. Like, frogs are fine. They still have eyes and mouth, but the mouth is kind of like, you'd have to move a lot of stuff, and the eyes would be a bit of a pain to make blink. just because they don't follow like the regular, like you'd have to make some special parameters just for it, and I'm like, yeah, for a quick process, probably not. But I mean, I like snails, don't get me wrong. A big old snail, I like a big old snail, but probably not for this one, anything that's a bit more out there. Because as much as I love snail, I think it would take too long. Frogs, yeah, I could do. I think what other animals I was thinking. They've all kind of left my mind. Now all I can think about is frog. Oh, one-track mind. Now someone said frog, I can only think of frogs. To be fair though, frogs is a good idea. I started playing YouTube before when I come to streaming recently. Yeah, it's nice having some sort of... Yeah, it's like a nice little visual thing. I don't know, a lot of people are very against VTubers, and I personally don't really understand why. I think, first of all, it's very understandable why somebody would want anonymity on the internet, especially on like websites like Twitch. Twitch has got better over the years, but there are still a lot of people that specifically target people on Twitch, and you know, I don't want to go too much into it because it is not my story to tell, but another creator that I follow, who also does cosplay and stuff like that, recently not only got doxxed, but also got doxxed to their place of work, and is now having to potentially leave their job. Which, by the way, they didn't do anything bad. They just upset a community that was being very rabid, and now potentially has lost their dream job because of it. So it's like, you know, there's a reason I think that anonymity, like there's good reasons to use VTubers. It's one less thing to give an audience that might end up turning against you. Did Ducky? I do like Ducky. I'm very biased towards Ducky. Oh, you want to nominate rats? I do like rats. Greeting, welcome on it. I hope you're doing well. Dear, why would they be against it? A lot of people think that like using a VTuber model is like cringy or like creepy or uncomfortable. And like, I think you're valid. If you don't like looking at a VTuber model either, like that's fine. In the same way that I tend to gravitate towards streams that have a face, it's absolutely fine to like not like it. The other thing is, if you get into the VTuber community, there's a lot of toxicity in there and a lot of gatekeeping, unfortunately. It is just how it is, and I'm hopeful at some point that gets better. It's a very baby community, all things considered, you hope. But there can be a lot of stuff like that, which again, can lead people to getting targeted. It is a shame that it can be like that. Oh dear. So we have rats, duckies, and frogs. Right, also, I just want to see how long this is. Based on about where I would probably put stuff, I'd say there, there, there. Obviously, they're not very neat right now, but there, there, and there. I think that's probably enough for one side. I think I'll need double this amount just so it goes around the other side. But actually, we're making some pretty good progress. It looks a bit weird right now because it just kind of looks like scales, but like, we'll get there, we'll get there. Dear. I want to see at some point, I'm gonna axolotl PNG tuber, heck yeah. Oh dear. I started thinking the art channel, did you? Let's have a look-see. Let's have a look-see. I'll take a quick break. It's just warm, really. I could breathe through it fine, but it's very warm. Oh, there's gonna be me. Oh, look at the little tail and the ear. Oh my god, I love axolotls. I genuinely thought axolotls were mythical creatures for like the first 12, 14, 16 years of my life. Because I just thought they weren't real. They're so cool. Heck yeah. When I first saw a VTuber, I was a little put off by the more I see them, the more I come around to them and they don't bother me at all anymore. Yeah, it is a bit different, I guess, the first time you see it. And also, like, a lot of... There's different vibes. I think that's the thing, is a lot of people group all VTubers together as producing one sort of content, when in reality it's just a different way of showing your face. Which means, yes, there are some VTubers that do more sexual style content in the same way that are some FaceTubers that do more sexual style content. And then there are the other side, you know, the more wholesome, chill VTubers who don't do any sort of sexual stuff and just relax. And then there's people like me who show face and just do that kind of stuff. So it's not a whole like not all VTubers are the same sort of thing. It's very different groups. I think a lot of people group it together, and then that can get a bit confusing because obviously it's like that's a lot of streamers you're grouping together, or all of YouTubers. Ah dear. But yeah, I did the same thing initially. I thought all VTubers were like meant to be sexy, and I think a lot of people had that because a lot of the big ones at the time were. So it's like, oh, it's just like a way of being a sexy anime girl kind of thing. And then it's like, oh no, there is a group of people that do that, but that's one group of a much bigger thing. Face tuber, flesh tuber. Can I raise you one flesh tuber? I like face tuber, but how do you feel about tuber of flesh? Oh dear, I'm a half and half VTuber and flesh tuber. I do both. Oh dear, I like making VTubers the most though. It's fun. Alright, how's my tea doing? Is it? Oh, it's fur-free for now. We'll see how long that lasts, but for now, my tea is safe to drink. I think it depends on the VTubers you run into. I've seen some that are super cringe and weird, but the most I see and watch are doing the face cam thing. Yeah, it's just animated. I do think that there is something to say about the way that you move as a VTuber versus the way that you move as like a flesh tuber. In that like, you pilot a mech when you, is the way that I'd say, is like you are piloting a VTuber. So you do need to be a bit more exaggerated with your movement to get the same kind of movement that a human face would have. But yeah, other than that, it's pretty similar. It's just you might have to move a little bit more. But then again, a lot of streamers sit completely still. I watch a lot of speedrunners and they are like dead still for the majority of their runs with a few stretches. Tuber of flesh makes me think of a meat potato. Meat potato, hell yeah. Hello, it's me, Jelly, the meat potato. Ah, dear, no fur in my tea, not yet. I think it is but a matter of time, but right now my tea is safe. And since we're about halfway through cutting it out, I feel like that's a good space for a tea break. Oh dear. I know I've been lurking a bit unannounced, but I'm going to announce it now. I want to get some crafting. You've got this. I believe. Get some heckin' crafting done. Even a little tiny bit counts. Oh dear, especially if you're not well. I feel like having too many goals when you're ill is setting up for failure, but yeah, just a little bit. Just a teeny tiny bit. You got this. Instead of looking for poison, you looked for fur in your tea, yeah. I mean, I feel like it just happens because they're so lightweight, they just kind of like fly around. And so, oh, it is so nice and soft though. Oh, so soft, so soft. Yeah, they kind of just fly around, right? And which side was I cutting from? Was it this side? Oh, I've lost myself. That's the snippet. Is it the other side? Oh, I think I found it. I think we found it. I think it's this side, maybe. Yes, here it is. Oh dear. I'm losing it. I'm losing myself. It's here. This is where I was cutting from. Excuse me. Alright. We'll do some more 4s. Technically, how many did I need? I needed 1, 2, I need 4 sets of all of it. And then 4 sets of the other one. I probably will need like a double one in the middle, like one with spikes on both sides. I probably need one special one in the middle so that it can change direction of the fur. But I think other than that, it's probably that. Kit, good morning. I hope you're doing well. How goes furry? Oh my god, I can still drink my tea without consuming the fur. So you know what? I would say that's a pretty good. I think that's pretty good. Oh dear. Anyways, I didn't get to game games in a while. We're gonna go game games? Go game games. Heck yeah. Have some nice relaxing time gaming games. Very nice, very nice. I've been gaming games most days. Well, no, actually every day, because I've been doing Honkai Star Rail every single day. Honkai Star Rail, could you sponsor me? I already shout you out every single stream, and I'm literally making a cosplay from your... I mean, I guess technically I'm making it for your competition, but I am making a cosplay from your game. Can you sponsor me and give me... You don't have to pay me in real money. Pay me in in-game currency. I will take the gems, the jades, so that I can do more polls, because I know that you're going to do a new banner soon, and I want jades for that, and I haven't saved any. So if you could sponsor me and help me fund my addiction, that would be really, really good. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I will shout you out forever. Oh dear. I saw that too. The stuff gets on my nose, and with my choker sneeze so bad, hence I didn't make furry things. I will work with sheepskins for cloaks, but that's about it. Yeah, I'm wearing a mask because I get nosebleeds from the dust. It's like the little particles of fur that it creates kill me. My nose is too sensitive for that kind of stuff. So we're masking up, at least while I'm cutting it. I don't think I'll need to remain masked after it's cut, to be honest. I think it's just while cutting it. If I had to guess. I can only fit 3 there. That's a bit disappointing. That's a little disappointing. I only needed to fit 1 more. Oh well, that's fine. We'll cut our 3 out, and then we will get another line of 4 going, and then a few singles, and then we need our extra littly bit. Oh dear. Cutting it makes it go static. Yeah, I think that's probably what it is, isn't it? It's the bit where you're cutting it where it's a lot worse. Like after it's cut, and like also because we'll be applying paint to it to help it shape it and also darken the roots. I have Sharpies as well in case I want to use that method, but I think I'd rather actually just use acrylic paint. Sharpies is a really good way of like dyeing fur if you don't want it to lose its like fluffiness. But I actually do want it to lose its fluffiness a little bit so that I can shape it into little points. So I'm going to be using acrylic paint rather than the way that makes it, you know, nice and neat forever. I don't want to do that. I don't want it. I want to make it pointy and hard and stiff. I want it to lose its fluffiness. Hi, hairspray first, just sew it with a light spray. You can brush it out afterwards. Yeah, that's what I did last time. I used hairspray. I don't really want to use that again. I did it, and you know what? It does work, but I can't. The smell of hairspray, I don't know what it is. It triggers something in me, and I hate it. It makes me so unhappy, and I don't know why. But it's just one of those smells. You know, sometimes you have those smells. For me, it's banana. Banana. Can't do the smell of banana. And hairspray is another one where I don't know what it is. It just makes me feel very ill. And I'm not sure why. I'm not sure why. I haven't had any bad experiences with it. So I don't think it's a mental thing. I think it is just my body does not like the smell of hairspray. Because yeah, like, I feel like I would remember it if I'd had a traumatic experience with hairspray. And I don't think that I have. But yeah, for whatever reason, cannot handle it. The smell of it, ugh, makes me feel very, very ill. There we go. It gives you migraines. Oh god, yeah, that's even worse than making you feel sick. Heck, yeah, I should say, mine just makes me feel sick. It just makes me feel ill and icky and gooey in my stomach. Don't like it. Same as bananas, makes me feel ill. Although I do really like the taste of bananas, but I can't be smelling them. Don't know why, not sure. Actually no, I do know why with the banana one. Not sure why with the hairspray one though. Okay, we need 1 more. Oh dear. We're nearly there. I'm actually cutting all of these out in one go as well because I know how many I need now. I don't have to do it like a little bit at a time. I've got the right amount, so I can do it on the other side too. Heck yeah. Can I do this with pastels on paper and fur a few times? Oh, you have worked with... Oh yeah, I guess yeah, if you've been hairspraying it. Yeah, I guess, of course, yes, you would have worked with it. Obviously. Sorry. Excuse me. It's a Sunday. My brain hasn't quite woken up yet. I'm not putting 2 and 2 together. Ah, dear. I will. I'll wake up eventually. I think, can I blame the hot weather as well? Like, oh my god, it's been so warm recently. My brain's just stopped working. Alright, I want to make one little special piece that is double. Like, it's like this, but then also on the other side. Would I want it to be 2 or 3? Yes, sorry. I'm having the really good think right there. That was my brain. You could see it whirring in action. It needs to be 1 because 1 is on either side. So it needs to be the 2 by... Yes. Brain has done the thing. Good job, brain. Good thinking. There you go. Like so. For a 2-way spike. Yes. Okay, put that to one side. Look at my hand. I am covered in biro. It's grim. Look at these. They're disgusting. Good brain work. Now you have a curry. A curry? A cookie? I would take a curry though, to be fair. Listen, I'll take a cookie as well. But I would take a curry. That'd be pretty nice. Good brain work. Have an entire curry. Oh dear. And little teeny tiny snips really close to the edge so that we don't lose the fluffiness of our fluff spots. Okay, and bring that down there. What I will do is I will package this up. I'm gonna package this up back into the bag that I purchased it in so that I don't have to deal with it fluffing everywhere. Okay. There we go, there we go. I've still got loads left. Like I said, everywhere seems to just sell it by 1 meter by 1 meter. And I really don't need that much fur. Like, I don't use it that often, and I'm not making like full fursuits or anything like that. Ooh. There you go. Get back in the bag. So I don't have to think about it anymore. Good, okay. That's a good portion of work done. Now I need to get all these cut out. And then once they're all cut out, we'll grab our glue gun and start making little tufts. And then if we have time, I could paint them on stream. It depends. Like, we've actually kind of zooming. Like, it's only been an hour and a bit. And like, I want to say the bit is probably like when we were chatting. There's probably only been closer to like an hour. They're pretty good. I guess it probably helps that we did come in today with a pretty solid plan of attack. Like, sometimes I'm a bit more wishy-washy and like, I could do this, could do that. This time I was like, no, I know exactly what I want to do. It is this. I have done my testers. Done. Alright, let's work on one piece at a time because this is getting a little overwhelming. It's too much. Oh, Patty, good morning. I hope you're doing good. I hope you've had a good week. We're making fluffy tufts. Little fluffy tufts to go around the neck. And be like, I think it is meant to be like a fake fur. I'm not, or like a real fur, but I think that's what it's meant to be. It's difficult to tell. There's a lot of aspects on the design that I'm making that is like, I don't really understand why they have it, but they have it, so I'm making it. Alpacas are fluffy. I don't think it's that kind of fluff that I want though. I think it's more like a, because that's kind of like a woolly fluff. Although it's meant to be the alpaca wool is really, really nice. I don't really use it in my knitting and crochet because it's like a bit expensive. It's meant to be lovely to knit and crochet with. Oh dear, just a bit out of my price range. I've felt it plenty of times. Feels nice, but yeah, no. Not for actually working with it. Oh. There we go. We get that. I agree. It's nice, but expensive. And there's a lot of things like that in knitting and I mean, there's a lot of things like that in crafts in general. You can appreciate something being nice. And it can also be out of your price range. My poor bin is just going to be full of fluff. I still need to cut the wig as well. Like I say wig, it's not really a wig anymore. It's a repurposed wig where I've cut all the wefts out of it. And then I've stitched those wefts into the inside of the hat. So that it's kind of like an all-in-one thing. It's really long though. The hair is really long. I need to cut it like at least half. How dare you? Like fur, berry. I don't know what that is. What? There we go. And snip, snip, snip. And snip, 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 snip. I guess even though we're going a little quicker, this kind of stuff still takes a while. You gotta be so careful. You gotta be so careful. Snip, snip, snip. Go. And snip. Snip, 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 snip. There we go. One more. Yay! Well, let's go from this side actually. And just go over the top of there. And then there we go. There we go. Oh. What about jackalopes? Don't know. Don't think I've ever felt that fur. I feel like the only furs that they have, like wolves, I guess, that they have for sale near us Like sometimes they have goat, sometimes they have alpaca, a lot of the time they have sheep. Maybe we just don't have the best selection, but I feel like those are the only ones which you can get near me at least. And a lot of like, obviously like synthetic mixes as well. A lot cheaper, but I guess don't feel as good, and also wouldn't be good if you had very sensitive skin, but I think it's just about those, pretty much. And again, maybe in different places in the world you have different options. It's just here. I mean, the other thing is as well, it's not like I live near any particularly, like if you live near a city you might have more options, but like we have like the local wool shop in the village, which is probably not that exotic. It's just the local wool shop. Yeah. It is nice though. They're very friendly in there. They always have really nice patterns. And they have like a lot of really nice synthetic mixes, to be fair, which I know a lot of people are not a fan of, but like personally I'm like, it looks pretty and I like it. Go. One fluff. And go. Oh, 2 fluffs. And the last one. What? I know it's kind of at the bottom of the desk, but I'm having to be so careful, I'm sorry. I need it close to my eyes. There you go. 3 fluffs. Nice. Another one. I would like it to be a bit more... What? I will have to do this with all of them at some point, to be fair. I guess maybe I should be doing it as I cut them, getting off any of the extra fur, but oh, it's alright. Ah! And here we go. Well, there's some of it. God. Ah! Ew. Nice. Little pile of fur there. I should probably do this with all of them, but we'll come back and do it. We'll come back and do it. I don't want to do it yet. Where's the piece? Here it is. Where's our special extra piece? Down there. Got you. Got you. Yum. Not yum. Not yum at all. Grim. Definitely don't want to breathe that in. Don't want it in your tea either. Although I feel like that's an inevitability. It will eventually end up in my tea. I just have to try and finish my tea first before the fur gets in there. Go. And go the whole way across here. And yeah. Boom, 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 boom. I think these ones are, some of those are 1s? Yeah. Looks like it. There we go. Another strip ready to be cut. Do you like axolotls? I do like axolotls. There's one. I've never seen axolotl wool. I don't think that should exist. But I like axolotls. We have someone in chat who's just put their PNG tuber in the Discord. And their PNG tuber is a little axolotl bean. I did genuinely believe that they didn't exist for a very long time though. I feel like I need a vision for tea a lot. I've sorted my dump box. Oh yes, you should get tea now. And maybe a biscuit because you're doing exercise. You need to refuel. Plus, I think sorting things is mentally relatively taxing, especially if you're throwing away a lot of stuff. So make sure that you're feeding your brain. It deserves the snacks for doing the hard work and making decisions. Yeah, making decisions, that's what it is. It's the making the decisions bit of like, do I need this, do I not? And then doing that over and over again. That's tiring. Decision making is exhausting. Wow, there we go. Wow. Get rid of that fluff. Fluff gone. There we go. Do you like capybaras? I love capybaras. I love their little sarcastic eyes that are like done with the world. They're very heckin' cute. I love them. I love them. I love videos of capybaras and them. I love that video that went like a little bit viral for a while of the, is it a pelican trying to eat a capybara? It's like trying to like scoop them up into their mouth. And it's just like, the capybara is just looking at it like, no, not going to happen, I'm afraid. I am in fact way too large to fit in your beak. Oh my god. I love that video. It used to make, it makes, honestly, it still makes me smile just thinking about it. Like, god damn it. It's so silly. Have you not seen that? Oh my god, let's see if I can find it. Also, Beth, good morning. Or good times then. I hope you're doing well. I'm gonna try and find the capybara video. Or pelican trying to eat capybara. I think it's a pelican. Yeah, eats capybara. Oh my god, there's a few! I think it's this one. Oh no, that's the one where he goes for the head. I like the one where he goes for the butt. It's just... The fact that there are multiple of this... Oh my god, this one's got editing on it as well. Yes, this happens a lot? Oh my god. Oh no, this is just an edit of the other one. I'm gonna give you this one then. You can have this one. Here you go. There you go, Crafty. Have that. It's a pelican trying to eat a capybara. It's just waiting. The capybara does not care. He just sits there like, Oh, I cleaned my room yesterday. It was nice. Now I need to clean my craft room too. I need to also clean this room out. But it's just because it gets really hot in here. It's like the last place that I want to clean. But yeah, technically I do, because I need to sort out putting the fabrics away, since most of the ones for this costume I won't need anymore. So I need to like sort them back into boxes, but I just... It's always so warm in this room, I just don't want to do it. Oh, dear. I love him, he tries. It's like, I think, a smaller like baby capybara that he's trying to eat, but even then it's just like, capybaras get really big, there's just no. And they look really heavy, to be honest. They look like pretty sturdy animals. So like, I just don't think that's going to work. I think I was trying to get the capybara. I mean, I think that's probably the outcome. I think that's probably what happened. That's probably why the capybara is like, he's just itching. It's just like getting away with the itch. Nice, I'll take that. Because yeah, it does not care. Prefer moving rooms? Ooh, yeah, it is hard. Yeah, moving with all the craft stuff is a bit of a pain. Yeah, no, good luck with that. I hope that it goes well. That's a big move. Make sure that you feed your brain. Feed your brain while you're doing that. Oh dear. The thought of unpacking all of the craft stuff is a little overwhelming, to be honest. I do still really want to do it, and obviously I'm waiting till we get into the proper craft room, but yeah. It does be playing on the brain in a way that I'm like, do I really need to do it? Can I survive? I could probably just survive not doing it for a while, right? Oh dear. Tea and biscuits, yes. Yee! Yee and biscuits is also good. Yee and biscuits. Yee and biscuits. I like yee and biscuits. Oh dear. 2 seconds, I should probably... I've still got this I'm gonna just have this capybara video on the side of my screen now. I should probably... There we go. Do you like platypod? I don't know what platypod is. I know what platypus is. I do like platypus. They're like the only venomous mammal, I think. Like, they have venom in their claws. Oh dear, it's pretty cool. And they lay eggs. They're a bit of a weird one, but they're pretty cool. And I like their little faces. They got good little faces. Oh, there we go. Whoa, nice. Satisfying. Get rid of all that. Oh dear. Oh, it's the plural. I see. When you're overexcited to eat your biscuits. I have some nice biscuits to one side at the moment. Look at my biscuits. Yeah. I love these ones. These ones are like my favorite. They're not... I don't know too many people that are particularly passionate about this one, but this one is like... This one's my favorite. It's just like a shortcake with a couple of biscuits, like, what do you call it? Raisins in it. My family always called them fly biscuits because when you eat them, it kind of looks like there's a biscuit with flies stuck in it. So we've always called them fly biscuits, but I love them. Oh dear. The yellow with... Wait, what? Maybe? I'm not sure what that's referred to. I'm sorry. I think I've got lost. I've lost in my own conversation. I'm so sorry. Oh dear. You know, the weather's warm, it's the end of the week, it's early. What other excuses can I make? I haven't eaten those biscuits yet. Oh dear. What? There we go. Yeah, I got some pretty good ones. I like those biscuits. They are one of my favorites. I think they're a really, really strong tea dunking biscuit. And I think that's what it is that I like about them so much. They really hold together in tea, but they still have that like shortbready taste. Good. It's really good. Oh, dear. And they're pretty cheap normally because they're like one of the, you just buy the own brand of whatever store you're in, so you can get them relatively cheap, which is another plus. I could talk about the positives of this biscuit for at least 20 more minutes, but I feel like nobody needs to know. You like bourbons? They're okay. They're okay. Also, Morikyu, good morning. I hope you're doing well. Welcome on in. Bourbons are alright. I don't love nor hate them. I have cravings sometimes for them. Also, wait, what's that? 2 secs. Okay, everything's fine. Sorry. Better to double check sometimes. It's all good. It's all good. Everything's good. Do not worry. Oh dear. No panic. No panic. Oh dear. Alright, we're gonna cut out the weird individual one, which is kind of longer, but will help bridge the gap. Jelly! What? Hi, Koya. You bring news. Oh yeah? Oh yeah? Good news, I'm assuming. That's the capital letters of someone who is bringing good news, I think. Oh dear. I will wait. You're free! Yay! What's the first thing you're gonna do as a free person? Are you gonna get some good snacks? On the way home, you're gonna make yourself a cup of tea? What you gonna do? What you gonna do as a free person? Whee! What you gonna do? What is your first act as a free bean? Maybe get yourself some nice food. I don't know if you've been able to eat. Oh god, probably some good snacks and food. Yes! I think that's the first thing everyone does is like, god, the food's been iffy, or I've not been allowed to eat, one or the other. Let me get some good snacks. Heck yeah. I hope you enjoy your good snacks. Oh dear. There we go, that's our weird in-betweeny one. I might put that one to one side so that I don't forget where that is, because that's a bit weird. Oh dear. Oh, you're still allowed lunch. Oh, okay. Okay. This is my experience that I was never allowed to eat. Just starve for days at a time and I'd be like, I don't want to eat snacks. Give me snacks, anything. And like my parents would go out and eat lunch and they'd come back and I'd be like, oh, eating are we? Oh, ho ho, how nice it must be for those who are allowed to eat. Meanwhile me, my sorry ass is on heckin' nil by mouth every single time. And they'd put like a really big sign at the end of your bed when you were a kid saying nil by mouth so that nobody accidentally fed you. Just like... I understand why, but still. I was always so grumpy. I'm always grumpy when I'm hungry. Like, what is it? Like, hangry. That's what it's called, isn't it? When you get like hungry and grumpy. I've always been someone who's like, when I get hungry, it's the only thing I can think about. So like, maybe not angry, just like, yeah, actually no, I feel like angry is the right way. I don't get angry, I mainly just get grumpy, but I feel like it's the same thing, right? Get a Snickers, you're not you when you're hungry. And it's true, I am a little terror when I'm hungry. All I can think about is food. Oh dear. The other thing is, to be honest though, I don't really get this anymore. I get like really suddenly hungry, but I've always had this where I get really suddenly thirsty. Well, like I'll be fine and then suddenly be like, I'm dying of dehydration. I require hydration right this minute or I will die. It became like a meme in our family for a while because like when I was really little, I'd be fine. I'd be having a really good time and then I'd just like plonk myself down somewhere and be like, I'm too thirsty to move. And I'd be like, but you were fine a second ago. And it's like, I know, but now I am not fine. I was pretty young, just as like a, you know, I wasn't very old. But this wasn't like yesterday. But yeah, Used to be like almost like a joke in our household that my mum would always have to bring a spare drink with her, just in case I would suddenly plonk myself down somewhere and be like, I'm thirsty and I'm going to die. That's it. A very dramatic child. Oh dear. What? How many more? Is this? No. I was gonna say, is this the last piece? No, it's not the last piece. I have the last piece in front of me. It's because there's no fur on the floor right now. I'm like, oh my god, I'm done. No fur on the floor? Heckin' finished. Go. Alright. I think it's this one, and then I think I have one long one there. Yes. And then we're done. Oh dear, how long did it take? 1.5 hours. 1.5 hours is not bad. Cut out all of the fur. I do think it's one of those things with cosplay where cutting out your pieces takes a lot longer than you always think it will. I've gotten a bit more used to it over the years, but like, and I do a lot of it off stream these days. Like, obviously this is a little different because we don't normally work with this material, so I decided we'd do it while live. But yeah, like for regular fabrics, I so often just cut them off stream these days because I know they're gonna take forever, and I'm like, I don't want to spend like 4 hours just cutting things out and then be like, all right, bye everyone. It was nice seeing you, but now I'm gonna go. Oh dear. I guess not that there's anything wrong with that. But yeah, I don't know, I like doing the slightly more interesting bits on stream these days. Unless it's like one of those cosplays where I'm showing you every little grueling detail. Actually no, even then, because like, for Mateus, I've cut out a lot of my fabric pieces before showing them on stream still. So like, we do most of the work on stream, but I don't think I often cut things out on stream. I think for the most part, like especially with all of those embroidery panels, I think I did all of that off stream, like cutting out the base pieces at least. Yeah, that was a lot of work off stream for that one as well, to be fair, but it was tended to be like extra bits. Cut 4 hours and then said bye. Yeah, I've done it as well. I think probably most people who do sewing on stream have done it at least once, where they're like, well, it was a really fun stream, everyone. I cut things out. Goodbye, everyone. Oh dear. I think most of us have done it at least once, but I would rather not have every stream be that. The thing is as well, because I tend to like finish stream, eat something, maybe like rest for a bit, but then I tend to go straight back to sewing. So like, it would be a shame to do the cutting bit on stream and then do the really exciting bit like a few hours later off stream. Oh dear. I've tried to become a little more organized. I still have times where it's like, I did the interesting thing off stream again. I'm sorry, everyone. I got excited and I did it. But for the most part, I'm a bit better than I used to be. What? And there we go. I'll just get the little bits in the middle. We've done it. We've done it. Ugh. So much cutting, so much all of this, so much fur. Not too much extra fluff yet, but then I also haven't been like, you know, trying to gather any of the fur off the sides. So I think that will all come in a minute. Yeah. And there we go. And then I'll have to grab my glue gun. My glue gun is currently in the room next to me, but I'll probably make another cup of tea once that's happening anyway. So we'll do like a little words on stream break or something when it comes to setting the glue gun up. That way I don't have to worry about you guys seeing me reach over the side of the desk to get to all of the heckin' cables. Oh dear. Right now you're on a short deadline, so yeah, it's true. I am doing a lot of stuff off stream. It makes sense, but I do like it when you can do everything on stream because it creates like a really nice VOD timeline. But yeah, in this particular, also I need to wash my hands. Jesus, look at them. Specifically this one. Look at this. What has happened? It looks like I've just bruised my fingertips. They need a good wash. I think red mane, I like most jellyfish. I think they're pretty cool in their own way. Oh dear. Alright, time to defluff it really quickly. We're gonna go through all of them one by one, and I'm just gonna and get rid of some of the excess fluff that is almost definitely around the outside. Oh my god, listen up! Here's a story about a little guy that lives in a blue world, and all day and all night, and everything he sees is just blue, like him. Inside and outside, blue his house with a blue little window and a blue Corvette, and everything is blue for him and himself, everybody around, 'cause he ain't got nobody to listen to. Yeah, I'm blue. Oh, they are. I see. Thank you. Dabba dee dabba die, dabba dee dabba die, dabba dee dabba die, dabba dee dabba die. I'm blue, dabba dee dabba die, 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 dabba die, dabba dee dabba die. Thank you. Yeah, I'm glad you noticed it. I was just like, oh my god, I've got bruises. All right, look at this pile of grim here. It's a pile of grim stuff piling up. But this is all the bits that wouldn't stick down very well anyway. I don't want to go too hard with it because I don't want to start ripping bits out, but I want to get any stuff that's like floating on the outside off, which is what I'm doing. So rather than like properly brushing it and potentially ripping bits out, I'm just taking it with my hands and just going around, and any bits that aren't actually thoroughly attached will just come off. Nice. Oh dear. Look at that. Look at that. Oh dear. And get all that off there. And honestly, it's actually not terrible. It could be worse. I mean, I'm not pulling that hard, but it could be worse. I feel like I've done it worse when there's a lot more fluff. It'll also mean that I can actually open the window, which would be nice, because I've kept the window closed so far today just so that there isn't like wind blowing stuff, because otherwise it might just take the fluff and blow it into the air, which again would be kind of a problem. But it is quite warm at the moment, so it would be nice to open the window. There we go. Oh my god. Oh my god. Look at that. Ugh. There we are. And there we are. I see some of it in the air right now, to be fair. Not a lot, but I do see some. I see it floating into the air. And go. What? Nice. Ugh. And little one. Yeah. And nearly there. There's only a few more left now. How's my tea looking? Relatively good. Thing is, if there's like one piece in it, I'll fish it out. That doesn't bother me. It's fur. It's fine. It's not real fur. I can fish that out of my tea. It's just that there's like a big clump in there that I probably would be like, eh. Is it worth it at this point? I might just be drinking fluff. There we go. Grab all that out of there. Ooh. And fluff all that out. Well, that one's actually pretty good. Some of them are just better than others. I'm assuming it's to do with how carefully I cut them. Some of them just seem to fluff a lot less. Last two little ones. And one, and there's that one. Okay, I think that's pretty good. All right, that's how much fluff we've got. Look at that! Look at that! All right, I'm just gonna pick up all the extra strands. There it is. All the extra. All right. I should be safe to actually take my mask off now. I'm gonna assume, which means I can have some of my tea. Would you guys like to play a little bit of words on stream? Because I'm going to take a quick break to set up my glue gun, but then also I'm going to get a new cup of tea. The fluff has all gone in my tea and not in the pile. I can show you the pile. You can kind of see it off the side. Look at all this. Look at these pieces. We have a pile of fluff. Heck yeah, there is one extra piece that I've got to one side just because I don't want to lose it. But yeah, look at this. Look at this fluff. So much fluff. Let me get that set up quickly then. It is this one. And there we go. And I want words on stream. It might pop straight up, but sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Like your legs. Oh no. Oh no. You'd have to shave so often if that was the case. Heck, if you wanted to shave, I guess. Is it gonna show up? Yeah, it is. All right. I will be back in like, just probably around 5 minutes, I want to say. If you had not played this before, if you see a word, type it in and it will pop you on the board. All right. There we go. I'll be muting as well. Good luck, everyone. Oh, sorry, I just got back. I hope everything's going all right. I hope the words is going good. Let's have a look. Hey, Purple, good morning. I hope you're doing well. Oh, plat. Nice. I'm just getting some stuff set up with the glue gun. I managed to miss... You'll see it in a minute. I went to wash my hands off and I think I just didn't realize that the other side of my hand was bad as well. So I've kind of like washed one hand really well and the other one, not super great, but that's okay. Ooh, capital, right? Nice, nice. Oh, I see. Oh no, it's already on there. Clap, very nice. Oh, the glue is coming out already. All right, well, I will just be background starting. Don't mind me, guys. My glue has decided it is in fact the time that we're going to do it now. You won't miss out, don't worry, because oh no, actually I don't know if the glue's quite soft enough yet. I think it's trying to pretend that it is, but in like reality it's not quite soft enough. Okay, we have more time. Talc. Oh, I am actually struggling quite a lot with this. I mean, carpenter? Yeah, carpenter. There you go. Okay. I got one word. I'm happy. If tail isn't one, then I quit. Oh. Tail. Oh yeah, tail should be on there. I'm locked. I can't do it. I'm sorry. Heck. Oh dear. Well, you know what though? Not bad. We can double check, see what the levels are. Oh dear, let's have a look. So number 1 we have Purple, then Crafty, then Kit, then myself with my one word, and then Anime. Good job, everyone. Don't worry about it too much, because I am back. It was while we were on break. My glue gun is just heating up at the corner. I just have it on some paper so that it can drizzle onto that. I thought it was ready, but I don't think it is. It's getting there, but it's not quite there yet. It's thinking about it. And then we're gonna glue these pieces together and brush them up over like that. Heck yeah. This is the bit that I missed. I didn't realize that that was bad as well. I should have seen it. I did this hand pretty well and then I just forgot about this one, but that's okay. It is what it is. Ah, dear. So we're going to be gluing all of these together now. We're going to see how... Oh, good morning, by the way. Good morning. We're going to see how much this heats up the room. It might make it a bit toasty. If it does, we'll just get them done and then we can come back tomorrow with them painted and stuff like that. But we'll see. We'll see. Ideally, I would like to do some of the painting on stream. But I am also aware that it is hot today. Is it coming out? Oh, there it goes. Yep, that was the time. Okay, so now we can push all that around there. And go all the way. And pop that back there. And then fold it over. Like so. And then, whoop, whoop, whoop. And we'll have to brush it over that side a little bit as well. And we'll have a little fluff. Very simple at the moment. It probably wants some trimming just so like the bit in the middle is a bit less long. But yeah, that's a fluff. One fluff done. I think I have some fluff in my mouth. I kind of have the feeling that I might be consuming a little bit of fluff. It's okay, it happens. I'm sure that I'll survive. It just might be a little uncomfortable. And pop those together, and then just squish those out. And pop that over the top, and around the side, and then we have a squish. A little squish, there it is. I hate when that happens, yeah. It's like I can kind of, I don't taste it, I can just feel something like in my cheek. And I think, if I had to guess, like on context clues, it's probably glue. Could be wrong, but you know, context leads me to believe it's probably the fur. Not glue. I think I said glue. That would, oh my god, hot glue in the mouth? Absolutely not. But yeah, no. I think context clues lead me to believe that it might in fact just be a nice little piece of fur. There we go. And fluff it up a bit. Oh, there we go. Yeah, they'll all need a bit of a trim. All need a little bit of trimming. Geek, welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. Welcome, welcome. You're here to... Okay, terrible jokes are fine unless I've heard them before. If I've heard it before, the pressure. Then again, most of the jokes that like run in our family, the ones that we are like, we know the joke, they're stupid. They're stupid. They're very stupid jokes, and most of them don't they literally make no sense. Like, you know, one of the most, like, I guess well-known ones in our family, the whole joke is, what was it? I'd love to see a pudding run. What does it mean? I don't understand, but they laugh every time. Is it funny? Is it just because it makes no sense? I don't know. But every time someone, oh yeah, I'd love to see a pudding run. Would you? Why? I don't understand. Oh dear, alright. Time to get a new glue. Ooh, there you go, new glue in there. Nice. Very long glue gun now. Try your luck, go for it. I've heard some jokes. I think I've heard more like cracker style jokes since coming onto Twitch than ever before. My eyes have been opened to more like dad joke style stuff, like the ones you get in Christmas crackers, where it's like, it's not a good joke, but you laugh anyway. It's funny because it's bad. Oh dear. There's been a lot of sewing jokes as well. A lot of sewing jokes. We get a lot of those, just because, you know, context, I guess. A bit of extra fluff on that one. There we go, there we go. Oh dear, you know what's disappointing? The alphabet soup has no Times New Roman. I haven't heard that one before. I have not heard that one. Twitch has not been kind to you. What, do you not get? I think it's pretty common, right? Like, cracker jokes, dad jokes, all that kind of stuff. Isn't that pretty common on Twitch? I feel like that's like a part of Twitch culture, right? It's like a secret part of Twitch culture, but I feel like it's a part of Twitch culture. It's just really bad jokes. You mean sewing jokes don't have you in stitches? There have been the odd joke that has really tickled me. Something made me laugh a lot the other day and I can't remember what it was, which is a shame because I would like to tell that joke then to other people because it made me laugh a lot. But I can't remember. I'd have to go back and find the one it was in. Every now and again, someone does get me with one and it just, I don't know what it is. I guess sometimes just the right place, the right time, and that joke in particular makes it just, I absolutely lose it. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh, what's going on? Oh, Trinity! Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome on in. We're working with fur, but normally we're cosplayers. This is for a cosplay, to be fair. But we're making lots of tufts. Lots of tufts for like a feather boa, but made out of fur. Everyone is shocked when they discovered I'm a bad electrician. You know what? Yeah, that makes sense. Makes sense. I've been getting a lot of builder. Actually, have I had? No, I haven't had that one. I've had a few similar ones to that though. So our house is currently under renovations, Geek. So we have a lot of builders around at the moment who bring their own jokes to the mix. Of like, we've had electricians around, we've had lots of plumbers around, we've had lots of plasterers and scaffolding people and builders in general just over the house, and they all seem to have bad jokes. Bad jokes about their professions, or like you'll ask them a serious question about something, like you'll be like, oh, are we gonna have to purchase anything new for this, and they just have like a dad joke on hand to make it like, I don't know, I guess it's because it's their job, right? So they probably have that situation happen a lot so they can plan jokes for it. But honestly, they're lost to the world. They could have been fantastic comedians. Like the comedian community needs to look to builders. They have so many like one-line jokes. It's been destroying me as well because I'm like slow, like not really slow, but slow when it comes to like serious situations, right? So if I ask a serious question, I normally expect a serious answer. So when they answer something that's like a joke, I'm like, what? Until I realize that they're mucking with me, and I think they know because they don't really do it to Shiny, but they do it to me an awful lot. And I think it's because they know it'll take me a minute to catch on. Oh dear. God. They're very sweet beans, so I like them a lot. Now that one, I've seen that one. We've got one. That's our first one that I definitely have seen before. A dyslexic man walks into a bra. I know that one. That one I am aware of. I really did enjoy that one for quite a while. There was a pun that I heard growing up, and it would always, I don't know, it's one of those ones, it works a lot better written, but I still like it spoken. Strike one! Oh my god, the pressure now. Oh no, this feels like too much pressure. One of my favorite ones is, how many therapists does it take to change a light bulb? Just one, but the light bulb has to want to change. I really like that one. It's a very silly one. And like, it's not even like a not well-known one, but I feel like everybody knows that one, but it makes me smile every time. It's an intro. Oh, is it? Oh, maybe that's why I've heard it so much then. Ah, okay, that would explain it. I personally haven't seen that show, but if it is on a television show, that might explain why it's one that pops up a bit, because more people would have had the opportunity to see it. I could see that. I could see that. Well, there you go. I might not have heard the pun. I might have heard the joke before, but I didn't get the backstory for the joke. That's new. Oh dear. Bam, bam, bam. Oh dear. I think the next thing after this might actually be trimming them. I don't think I'd have to trim them that much, but like the more I'm looking at it, the more I'm like, could do with a little bit of a trim. They're a little bit long. Which is fine. I mean, I can do that. I just didn't think I'd have to. I think I know what that Muppet is, but I think I've only seen it as a joke, like as a remixed thing, where someone takes one of his songs and puts lots of bleeping on it, so it sounds like he's saying something very vulgar. But in reality, I think but I've never seen them like not in that joke meme format. But I think I know the Muppet. But I think I only know it from the meme. 'Cause yeah, I didn't really watch the Muppets growing up. Oh dear. It's disappointing there's no magazine that caters to fathers with daddy issues. I feel like people online would have something to say about that. They'd be like, people would be very, very mad. It's a good name, but oh, dearie me. What? Oh wait, or is that a joke? Is that a joke and I've misunderstood? If that's a joke, I'm so sorry. This is the problem the builders have as well. Is it a joke, or is this a serious consideration for something you'd like to see? Oh dear. My son spilled milk? That is bad. Heck. Oh dear. I ate spoiled milk last week. But, I mean, it wasn't, like, I guess that bad. I had it while I was on stream, and then afterwards I smelled the milk, and I was like, yes, that's why my tea tasted weird. But I seem to have got off fine, so I guess it's okay. I have had spoiled milk more often than I would like in my life, but it's okay. It's okay. It happens.